still have to this day, and it's just made me into a person I am today. And I am forever thankful, first of all, to myself that I listened to that, and second of all, to my parents who really supported me in that very unlogical decision at that time. So this was the first time that and I kind of consciously knew that it was intuition guiding me there. I just knew it, and I remember I had several conversations with my mother, and she's also always acknowledged her intuition, but we never gave it, so much thought that I'm giving it now. So yeah, that was the super interesting story. Um, and the next one is way more heavier. I had this intuitive feeling and discovered things that were hidden from me from specific person. Um, it was crazy situation. Still not ready to talk about it. I went to trauma response. It was crazy, but if it wasn't for me, for the intuition, maybe 2 days before the real shit show really started, and I actually prevented it somehow. It was going on for more than 2 years, and I prevented it 2 days before it happened. So I just had that feeling I have to do something, and it was a small gesture, very small, but it's like opening Pandora's box, and oh my goodness, some things happen. But I'm forever grateful for this experience, because somehow I got through it, and somehow I'm still healing from it, and somehow I know it made me the person I am today. And if it wasn't for this situation, I would probably be blindsided for more time, and it would just result maybe in something disastrous. But thank God it's over, and thank you, my higher self, for giving me the signals to just do it, you know. And well, right now I think I'm still going through one specific situation that my intuition is telling me to do different that I'm doing right now. But it's not as easy because I'm not the only one involved. There are several people that are involved, and some of them just don't understand that. Oh yeah, I want to do something else because my intuition told me so. Well, that's just not enough of an argument for some major things to change in our lives. So this one is going on for a while now, and I know that things still have to happen before it will turn out the way I want to. But I know that's just something I gotta do. So now I'll tell you. Well, totally different story about my intuition. As I told you, there were always things that I tapped into, that I had that feeling, that I always trusted it because I had such a great experience trusting it when I decided about my high school. I always I always trusted it. But the 20s, the crazy 20s, you just don't mind that much about intuition. Mm, and then I became pregnant. The first pregnancy, I don't really remember anything much about it. I think I knew I had a girl before I had her. And then the second pregnancy came, and I was 1000% sure that I was pregnant with a boy. I knew that boy, and my mother was 1000% sure that it was a boy, because we always trusted the intuition. And then the tests came, and it was a girl. And that was probably the first time ever in my life that my intuition let me down. I also had a lot of different thoughts, feelings, whatever, during the pregnancy, and everything was wrong. Everything I thought was wrong. I couldn't really tap into anything, and it was such a weird feeling. I just wasn't myself anymore. Well, let me tell you something. I didn't know anything about spirit babies back then, but now I do, and I actually believe that this was my spirit baby that wasn't the one that I was pregnant with, but another soul that was way louder. And it's probably the little boy that I had a miscarriage um, with my very, very first pregnancy, when the heart wasn't beating properly, and I had to do the miscarriage. Or it wasn't beating at all. There was no heartbeat. So I got pregnant, and very, very early on, first checkup, nothing was okay. So I still believe that that baby boy was still trying to communicate with me, and communicate so loudly that it absolutely silenced my own intuition. But I didn't know anything about it back then. And well, now I do, and I strongly believe that this was the situation. Um, yeah, but this thing really messed me up, and I didn't trust my intuition for a long time, for several years. I just think I completely lost any sort of trust into my own feelings. But well, the babies are getting older. I'm not planning on having any more children, and I think I am becoming wiser. And when everything got back to normal, the intuition really, really came back, and it came back in 100 times stronger than it ever was. I do believe it talks to me a lot. And I started listening to it, and it actually started to with my I say fuck yes moments. fuck yeses. Um, there are moments when I just get this really, really strong fuck yes feeling, and I started to go with that feeling. I started to follow it, I started to trust it, and I started to consciously decide on following it. And of course then comes the ego and start questioning, and oh, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, and I do it anyway. And yeah, since then the results were pretty awesome, and that's why I decided I want to do this for the whole year. Let's say this is 1 year experiment, and I follow my fuck yeses, and I trust it. I go full in, all in 2025. We go all in, and I trust it completely, and we'll see where it gets me. And yeah, let's talk in 2026, and I'll tell you all about it, how it went for me. So yeah, this is my take on intuition. um, why does it matter to me? I started trusting myself more. I started working from my feminine energy more. Yeah, this experiment is enabling me to tap into who I really am, and I believe that trusting my own intuition actually guides me into becoming a wiser woman. Mm. Um, so yeah, do I have any tips for you how to tap into your own intuition? First, you have to quiet your mind. You have to be maybe in silence, maybe have some peace. Those thoughts usually come for me while I'm falling asleep, while I'm waking up, or in the middle of the night when I can't sleep. So those three are my prime time for my weird thoughts to come in, or maybe sometimes while I'm driving, not listening to any music. And I found out that this is what I really started doing. While I drive, I just don't listen to any music at all, or I listen to some podcasts. So quieting your mind, and maybe some journaling to connect with your inner thoughts. Practice, I can share a tip with you, so try to practice small decisions, like follow your small fuck yeses. So yeah, that's it from me today. I would really like to know what's your biggest 2025 resolution. What's the thing you want to follow? What's your word or bunch of words for 2025? What is it? Is it action? Is it all in, inner peace, or something totally different? If you want to, you can connect with me on Instagram. My handle is Tipa Pro, Dream, Believe, Inspire. And hit me with a DM, and maybe tell me what you want to listen to. If you have any tips or tricks for my podcast, or any suggestions. And thank you very much for tuning in, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.